Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to another day of Planmas. Today we are setting up my 2024 planner, my inserts, and I was just showing you that I have my 2024 calendar that I put up in my apartment. It's a Tolkien one like last year, but this one has all second age drawings, I think, so that should be fun. So yeah, I'm going to stay straight off that what you're seeing here does not stay in the planner. And in fact, I think now, thinking about it, what I end up with, and I will have a talk through live pod at the end, just going through the planner. So it won't be voiceover and sped up this whole video, I promise. But even then, I think I'm going to change some of that stuff for what it ends up with. But yeah, none of this stays. Well, the acetate paper vellum does stay at the front, but I think I'm going to take them off. At least the rainbow paper I'm going to take off, because I just, I was doing all this stuff. This is where I'm going to permanently house my 2024 inserts. So it is nice to like decorate it. This is an Aurastelle Blossom and Alice. I will talk about a bit more in tomorrow's video in the sticker haul, because I do haul it there. So I'll leave sticker hauling Jess to explain that one to you. But this is the planner that I'm going to be storing my 2024 inserts in permanently. So sort of doing a setup here that I would keep there, but I do like to do the stickers with washi to keep them in place, especially when you open and close the flaps, but also not to make it too permanent. But as I was doing this, I was kind of like, you know what? I don't know if I'm feeling this. I don't know if this is what I want for 2024. You know, it's not quite right. I don't know what is about it. I don't know, I'm like, is this really me anymore? I don't mean that in like I'm giving up all of this stuff way, like it's all Sailor Moon and Disney things, really, and Animal Crossing sticker. I was like, do I want this to be in my planner for the year though? So, yeah, I take this all out. I filmed all this stuff and I decided just to keep this into the setup because I'm looking at how it would look with an open planner right here, and I'm not 100% loving that look. So, and I will get rid of this clip and I'll change that. And I've got some different inserts as well as some Caress Press inserts that I use. But we'll go through that at the end in the talk through. I'll tell you all the specific details. But for now, we're going through the setup. And I put a sticker here as well, but luckily undo exists. And I have a little bit of undo. It doesn't sell it. They don't sell it in this country, but I have some from Australia, so leftover. So I use a little bit of my last undo to take the stitch sticker that I do here. It is cute, but I was like, you know what? Is this what I want though? And I did tear up the paper, although it didn't leave any sticky. And I can reuse this sticker, so I love undo for that. But in the end, I wasn't loving it. Here I was like, do I have any alphabet stickers? I don't know, to put my name. But then I was like, do I want to do that either? And you can see me here thinking about these things. And I wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling any of this, so I took it all apart after this, and I I went and sat away and did other things, and I came back to it, and I had an idea on my computer about how I wanted to do that front 2024 page. And I had been watching Andrea of Scribble Prints Co's plan with me with the March Mystery Kit, which is like the sad girl art that we did, and I was just really inspired by that art, so I went and dug through my files and I made this little canvas. It's an A5 canvas in Photoshop, and I just put this scene there and it kind of fit perfectly, and I just filled the color in the background of the A5 canvas with a matching color from the set. Did a little 2024 and I just really love the way it looked. I was very much, it's kind of inspired by half Polaroid and half, here I was just grabbing my glue stick. I'm just going to glue these down. I was half Polaroid and half the Pantone kind of chip, which Aurastel did Pantone inspired dashboards in 2020, and I love them so much. So I thought, oh, this kind of reminded me of that, but it has like the sort of Polaroid shape, but with the color of Pantone. And I just really love the way that came out. That was a great cover. See, I think I do move that card, and I don't think I'm going to keep it overall at all. You'll see it at the end that I do keep it, but I think I'm going to go back and continue changing things, because I just feel like it's something that still isn't quite right for me yet, for my planner, but it can take time. So then when I sat down and just was doing other stuff, I was like, you know what, I could do this for every month, because the dashboards in the CrossPress inserts this year are blank. Last year she had the name of the month across the bottom, but this time it's completely blank, and I'm like, you know, I could make this little image every month with my art and like match the month up with some pretty art, and then I can look at my art a little bit more and a bit bigger too, and I have that all year long. So I went and I made it for every month, did the same thing. I just changed the text at the bottom to the month, have all the different colors, tried to match the art to the season or the, you know, the kind of month that it is. And I love the way these came out. I just printed them all and on a slightly thicker paper, so they're a bit higher quality. Made sure to print them on best quality, and I'm surprised my ink lasted, but I love the way they came out, and I'm just going to glue them into every dashboard of every month, every tab page, I should say. And yeah, and I love the way it matches up, and it's seasonal. But I think the main thing is when I'm struggling to set up this 2024 planner with like a theme or anything, is that I feel like this year is just going to be in flux. The end of this year has been in flux. Honestly, 2023 overall has not been a good year for me. And you would know that if you watch my planner favorite tag. I think yesterday it went up on the 23rd, and I didn't have like a favorite moment at all this year. I just this year hasn't been great. I'm looking forward to 2023 being gone, but I'm also not sure about what's happening in 2024. There's a lot of things up in the air, a lot of plans, a lot of dreams up in the air, and I just don't know what's going to happen. And I feel like I'm kind of in a flux position. But I think that's an interesting thing to think about when setting up your planner, because it can be overwhelming when you're like, I have to build up this whole thing, especially if you're doing a ring binder. There's so much to put in. And you're not always sure what you want to put in. And also, like, what if you set it up and you don't like it anymore? But that's the thing, is just take it down, take it apart, make it in a way that you could take it apart, and just take it apart and restart. Because that's the fun of it, is you don't have to leave it the way it is. You don't have to like not like it. You could just take it all off, sit with it, think about it, come back to it later, maybe print some nice pictures off and put those in, and you know, really customize it for what you want, and just, you know, be creative with it, explore it, and see how the year goes kind of thing. Because I don't know, I feel like nothing is for certain. That's what I'm feeling right now. But and the way I'm doing the dashboards here also really make me think of my OG Erin Condren days, because you know how every tab dashboard had those like motivational quotes, and I honestly hate motivational quotes. I can't stand them. They make me roll my eyes. They're just not for me. I didn't like seeing them every month in the Erin Condren, so I just printed off some beautiful paintings of my favorite artists of Impressionists, Expressionists, Neoclassical, all the romantics. I just printed off art that I really liked and I thought went with each month's color on the dashboard. I just printed them off and I glued them straight over the top of those motivational quotes. And doing this in my planner this year for 2024 really makes me think of that as well. Brings me back to my planning roots. But I think what I have here at the front, I'm not going to be keeping. Like, I'm not even 100% sure on these clips. And I think I'm going to take that quote card out. It says a dream is a wish your heart makes, which is one of my favorite Disney things. It's one of my favorite quote kind of things, but I'm just not feeling it right now. And I'm not feeling the rainbows at the front either, so we will see. It might end up being very blank or very minimal, but maybe that's what I need for 2024. But yeah, I'm about to come to a finish here and I'll talk through the setup with you and explain everything to you in person in a second here, but now I just have to put all my clips away after putting a couple in. But yeah, so I thought I'd just leave in my early attempt at setting this up and, just sort of go over my feelings at the moment because I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. And I think that's okay if you are too. You're not alone. You're very much here with me. But yeah, I'll talk through it in a second now. I think my 2024 planner is now prepared to be used. So I did talk over some things in my talk through, but if you're just coming to the end for the flip through, I'll just go over some quick things. First, this is the Oristel Blossom in Alice. It's just a pretty blue and has the sort of blossom clover button, which I really like, and I'll be keeping my whole year in here once it is all finished. So then we open it up. And I talked about this during the rest of the video, so I won't go too much about how I chose to decorate, but I do have the simple pockets here with "a dream is a wish your heart makes" quote, which I really like, as well as some clips I thought went with it. And then we have the stars acetate, which was from SPC, the clouds, what was the other one called? Vellum. That was from Honey Bee Shop, and this paper this paper is from Honey Bee Shop as well. I just have this really cute cat clip that my partner Luck got me in Singapore to show you the what I call my income log. This is a future log insert. Originally it was from the Planner Sophisticate Jasenia, but she closed the other year. But she made these to do 2 years, so the last one was 22 and 23. And I think she closed at the end of 22, so I still had a year left on that thing. And basically, I couldn't really find one that I really loved the same as hers. So technically this is hers, but I've replaced the calendars at the top, plus the name and the dates at the top. I kept her columns because I really liked them and her layout. So how I use the future log for my shop income is I set to put together one page, one blog for you. I always highlighted the Mondays previously because Jacinta would use a Sunday start, but I switched to a Monday start because that's just how I grew up. So I don't really have to highlight them anymore, but I still like to do that because I like to send my income from my PayPal to myself on the Monday. So here I write every Monday how much I made from my shop that week. Then I have the main then I add it all up to my total. Then whatever customs I get done that month, I put how much I got paid for those. And this is largely due to, first, I like to know every week, and I usually put here in the corner like what I released that week for that pay week. So you can see how things are going and what sets make the most money at first. And then the customs, I like to put individually because I do charge in US, but I get paid in euros, so it always comes across in terms of conversion differently. And then I put other, which is usually my Google AdSense from this YouTube channel. I don't get that every month, so this doesn't always have money in it, but that's how I like to put there. And also because it should be declared in tax as income. So then I total up my shop, my custom, and other, and that is my total of income for the month. And at the end of the year, I add it all up, and I give them a lump sum on tax, how much I made. And then I specifically put Shopify fees in here because that changes monthly, depending on how much I sold, and I need to put that in my taxes as well as like an expense. So yeah, I just went through and I edited the whole insert that she made for 22-23 and updated it for 24 and 25. I think it came out real good. I did get these calendars from an Etsy shop, which I can't remember. I just looked it up, and they had like an A4 page of the calendar, and then I just put it in here using Photoshop and printed it all off as normal. So now I have that, and I still have Jasenia's grid. It printed super light this time, so apologies. Probably can't see it, but I really liked her layout and her columns, so yeah, I just updated them with the calendar. And I thought it wouldn't matter too much because the shop is closed, and obviously I'm not putting it out there for anyone else to have because I didn't technically make it. Now, then I got into my my actual inserts from Caress Press. These are the dated monthly and weekly inserts, and I've just kept the tabs normal this year. Last year I did put some stickers on them that she sells, but this time I kept it plain. But yeah, I couldn't quite decide what I wanted to do with the decorations, and I did have a sticker here that I ended up undoing, but it did rip the page. So I found this decoration in the end, which I did talk about previously. I plan to in the voiceover. But yeah, I really love how it makes me think of the 2020 Aura Stell inserts that had like the Pantone divider designs, and it kind of makes me think of that, but like almost like a Polaroid, but with the color. And I like having the date in white. It was very simple. So yeah, I like the way that came out, so I decided, you know what, like I sat down and finished, and I was like, you know what, I could probably do that for every month because she made the inserts blank. Last year they had the month like down here, but so I wouldn't have to like cover anything. I just could decorate each month, so I was really happy about that. And I showed you fast forwarding me through that, but her inserts do come with a overall look at the calendar for 2024, as well as a weekly kit schedule, which I do love. And I have my 2023 one here. I don't know if you guys remember my setup from last year, so I'll just show you like the comparison. So this is my front page last year, and I actually stamped in the 2023, but I don't think the stamp really went with my new theme-ish. I had an actual theme for last year, but for 2023, but it's very similar. I did do a goals page for them, but I've decided that was a waste of time. Because I look at it, I'm like, well, nope. So I'm not doing those big goals this year because I literally never looked at this all year long. Like the financial, wrong. Personal, wrong. Hobbies, wrong. Work, wrong. Okay, so it was all bad. I failed everything. Okay. So let's not do that. I'm going to do that to myself this year. But here's how I use the weekly kit schedule, and I do write in it using a friction pen. This is actually one I got in Japan from the Disney store in Japan, which is a beautiful jasmine. But this is a normal friction pen. And yes, I got this years and years ago and since run out of ink a couple of times, but you can open these and replace the ink easy peasy. So that's what I use here because kits do change, and so I can like erase them and write in new kits. And when I've done the plant, like I've put the base in, I like to put an X so you can see how far we've gone. But that's how I used it last year. And then my front pages, I did all these designs. If you look at last year's Plan With Me, that setup will be there for you to watch me do all this sort of crafting stuff that was included. So we have a nice fresh page for next year. And then, yeah, this is how I decided to do my monthlies, by doing some of my own art every month. So we've got Frosty, we've got Like a Rose. Some of them are old, some of them are custom, some of them are new. So this was a custom art as well. Then we've got Like a Rose. We've got a custom here as well. It was revealed, time of posting was revealed a couple of weeks ago, but if you know this set, you know this set. But I was really, really happy with this full box with the person incorporated, so I decided to use that for March. Then we got April, my old dream artist art. We've got May, we've got the bookish art. I probably could have picked a better background color, but I liked the pink and its lightness. And it does say May down there, it might be hard to see. Then we've got June, which is obviously Pride art. This is my Love is Love art. Then we got July, my favorite summer art of last year, Lemonade. Well, last year, I say this year. But when I go through this, it'll be the last year. Then we have August is Beach Day, which was the other year. I was doing sort of a Charleston look with like the town on the beach. September, we have Rainy Day, which is like the art gallery and cafe. I love how this month came out. I love this color of green. Then we have October, which is Little Witch, one of my favorite Halloween sets I've ever done. I love it so much. And I like how it printed off a bit darker than usual, because a lot of the times it prints up super pastel and then black, but I feel like the colors are a bit deeper in this printing, and I really love it that way. Then we have November, which is Autumn Walk Scene. Love that. It says hello autumn. Technically it's goodbye autumn, but you know. And then I went through and picked my favorite Christmas art that I've ever done, and I think it's gingerbread. I love these colors. I loved the way the scene came out, and this person is just perfection. I still love them so much. So this ended up being my December cover. And that's the end of the inserts and the end of what I put in here. Oh, I will say, I will add to the end of this log. Usually here before I have this, I have I have a page of art ideas and sets I want to do. And I just write in there whenever I have an idea. So I will put that page in there, but of course, I'm going to keep that private to myself for now. Because while I do talk a bit about what I plan to draw in the future, I like to keep my ideas a little personal, just in case either they don't happen or, you know, sometimes it is a bit hard to compete, but, you know, people are going to have the same ideas anyway, but I just want to keep my personal theme ideas to myself, you know. I think that's understandable, but, yeah, that is my 2024 planner. I really like the way it came out. I really like this blue, and it's like, this planner is so soft and lovely, and I can't wait to fill it up for the new year, and start getting on my winter sets in here. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for a little bit more Planmas. Let me have a look when this video is going up, because I think it's actually near the end. Oh wow, actually tomorrow is the last day of Planmas, but don't forget to check out tomorrow's haul. It will be long and holy, and we'll have a giveaway at the end. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want free money for the Scribble Prints Co, basically. That's usually what I give away, codes for Scribble Prints Co. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed Planmas so far, and let me know how you are putting your 2024 planner together. Is she all done? Are you still working it out? Are you doing a sort of inserts and binder, or are you going back to a spiral planner? Let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful Christmas Eve if you celebrate, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day. Bye bye. I love you. Bye bye.